What's good, everybody, bro? Look, hold on, I gotta turn the box for so you don't see my address. But bro, I paid for these a year ago, literally a year ago, and bro, there's so much that I want to unravel with this box. And look, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I unboxed it before I filmed because I looked at it, and bro, there was literally so much that didn't really make sense, and if I did all that on camera, bro, it would have been like an hour-long video, bro. So as you can see, the creative box, bro, these are the new RTFKT Dunks, bro. So they're basically trying to mix the metaverse technology with sneakers, and we're gonna talk about it all in this unboxing, bro, because there's a lot to unravel. Such as, like, bro, is this even gonna be a thing? Is this gonna catch on? Is this the new wave? Are they gonna start transitioning the shoes into this area? So there's definitely a lot to unbox, but again, there's a lot of small details, and that's the one thing I do appreciate off the bat, because as you can just look at the box, bro. When I saw it, I was like, yo, this looked like a real life like loot chest on Halo or something. You feel me? Like, or Apex, I guess. But you know, the box itself is crazy, bro. But even on the box that they put it into ship, you can see like this crazy futuristic, I guess, coding pattern. I think that's pretty dope as well. So I'm not gonna keep the box, but it's dope that they have that. Then these are just some of the two things because I didn't feel like putting the shoes back in ultimately correctly, but these are some of the accessories. I think these are just stickers. Oh, I'll drop some of the stuff. These are so let's see. We got this platinum type, says Dunk files. So that's pretty dope with the RTF symbol with the Nike. Then we got this little accessory, and this is one of the accessories that you guys will see later in the video that literally took me a whole hour to figure out. Then this is just like footstep of it, because like their promo thing. This is the little, I don't know, robot dog that they give commands to. And then these are the 3 OG colorways. So pretty cool stickers. Honestly, I'm not a big sticker guy, so if you guys want them, literally just comment in the comment section. I'll probably just give them away. I don't know. I don't know if I'm keeping these yet or not. I'm really gonna ask y'all to help me come to a kind of decision after this video, bro, because I'm gonna really go along with it with you guys. So I would go into the box. Like I said, bro, it looks like a very cool, just like loot chest out of a game. So we got the RTFKT symbol right here, and then just around it, and then that's basically it, just a whole lot of branding. But as you can see, man, it just looks like a pretty cool game. Not game, but little chest. Now we're gonna go over the sizing real quick. So it says RTFKT collab with Nike Dunk Genesis, and then it has V in parentheses. I'm pretty sure that just stands for void. Colorway is black/wild berry. And then the color code is HM4465-001. Now these came out in two different ways. They came in the pre-order, which was back in November of 2023. And honestly, I will dive down deeper into the concept for the people that don't really know what RTFKT is. We're gonna dive into that once I actually open the shoe. But it was a pre-order on their website, and then Nike, they had essentially a surprise drop. We'll deep dive into that later too. So it was 10,000 pairs of sneakers as well. But the initial pre-order was all day. They were made to order, and retail is $222, bro, which is so weird. But let's take it out, because I know you guys want to see it. So as you can see, we got the these forging hammers on the paper, and it'll all make sense when I start explaining to you what RTFKT is. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I did play around with the shoe because I wanted to be able to show you guys on camera. So looking at the shoe, how I got it out originally, this right here does not come on it. This is a side piece that you can equip on there, and it took me a while to really figure it out, but it was just me being slow because it has this little back tab that you equip on the tongue, and then I think they have it, there was one also on the back as well, so this also can come off. All makes sense in a minute. So let me go ahead and bring out the other one. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take off, well, I guess I started with this one. So here you can see what it looks like equipped with this like tongue guard and then the heel guard. That's what I'm gonna call it. Now going off this one, this is with it without being attached, and then right here you can take this accessory off as well, and then so it looks, I guess, essentially more normal. It's more of, I don't know, I guess more of a futuristic vibe that you want to look at. Now this is the other detail right here. So this right here is the little capsule piece, and at this point I have to talk about it because that's what makes this whole concept of the shoe, if it's really gonna become the next future, right? Now, initially, make a long story short, RTFKT is a brand, and their goal is to basically mix streetwear with the metaverse. So basically make these two worlds collide in a sense. And so what they did was they were trying to I wouldn't say ride the NFT wave, because they still think that it's really prominent. And obviously we have seen the decline. It's not even an opinion, it's a literal fact. No one is really doing NFTs anymore, especially when they first came out. Everybody was on NFTs, whether they thought that it made sense or not. I'm not the person to tell you that they do make sense or not. I just know that it was around for a period of time, it had its prime, and it's on the decline. Well, that's essentially what this was. So you would have your NFTs, which are basically just virtual pictures in a sense, and people pay for it. It doesn't make sense. I never got into it, but that's what it was. So you could essentially buy the virtual version of this shoe. Now what they did was that they would have what they call forging events, and that's why you saw the forging hammers on that paper. And so essentially once every, I think I've only seen 3 forging events, but what you would do is that you would use one of your virtual shoes, and then whenever they had a forging event, you would take your NFT shoe and put it in the forging event, and then you would craft it essentially for a real life shoe. And then these right here are the capsules, which you basically trade and collect to upgrade or unlock different skins, which turns into different colorways. Now that whole process, that's like the easiest way possible that I can explain it. However, I haven't seen any, and again, I tried to do it, and I think it's a very overly complicated process, and there's not really YouTube tutorials on their page. They have like trailers in a sense that give you a brief description of what it is, but I think there was a lot of confusion when I was trying to participate in the forging event, and I was like, because I would see like more expensive shoes or NFTs, the virtual versions, on their website where you can scroll through them. And I was like, oh wow, these are some really cool colorways or designs. And I tried to see if I could craft them, and I couldn't. So I don't really understand the process, but they did release the 3 OG colorways. So this one and the white one they just released it. So you don't have to do the forging event or anything like that. And it was either that, the pre-order, or if you were at Complex Con, or if you were able to get the remaining 10,000 pairs off of sneakers. And I'm pretty sure these pairs were just, I guess, cancellations. They said that they were the leftovers from the pre-order, but again, they were made to order, so I could, I guess, really assume that they were only leftovers, right? But they didn't do it for the white pair, which doesn't really make any sense, because it doesn't make sense that people would cancel 10,000 of these compared to the 0 of the white ones. But again, like I said, I don't think as a group, as a brand, they even do a good job of marketing their product or explaining it or trying to bring it back to the light. So I do think that's one of the biggest, that will be one of the biggest downfalls of this specific shoe, and the design as a whole, the whole concept of it, is if that they don't make it easier to follow, right? Because I feel like I'm a well-educated sneakerhead, and I've always loved games growing up. So I would have thought, one, I love the futuristic design. We can get into that as well. I love the futuristic design. I think it's definitely different. And I do like the concept of eventually having this as a virtual game or something like that, where it gets that gaming aspect, like, what's that one game? CSG Go, I think that's the name of it, where you get to buy the guns on there, you can sell it for actual money, or just any type of game that has like some type of reward system, a loot system, things like that, and you get to, I think that genuinely, if they were able to implement that all together and make it very easy to follow and inclusive to it, I think that would give a whole new aspect of like trading sneakers, and I think that could essentially revamp like sneakers, like just having this concept alone. But truly, I think they kind of have to derive away from that NFT thing and maybe essentially make it more into like game type of vibe. I don't know, a sword art online type of vibe, something, bro. I don't know. And with Fortnite being the biggest platform ever, bro. And look, this is an idea that if they're watching, look, they need to pitch this, bro. With them signing all of these streamers, Kai Cenat, and they should have them be kind of like the poster boys for these. I feel like with them playing video games, with them streaming, that would literally bring a whole new wave of people to sneakers. And that generation of people that watch Kai consistently on his streams like that, they're the ones that are buying all of the products nowadays, right? They see something on TikTok and they're just so easily influenced. So I think that would be a phenomenal way of bringing this shoe up to speed, bro, because it has so much potential. Now the looks on it, I do like the futuristic design. I think it's different, and I'm gonna go ahead and try them on for you as well, because I generally don't know how they look or they feel. I know in my hand they're super heavy. They feel like a low top boot, honestly. But as you can see, even you can see it clearly how everything is just bigger. So all of this material is just like real bulky. I'm saying, so it gives you that futuristic vibe of just like bigger materials and things like that. But overall, it's I think the thing with me right now is just this lightning ball. I think their design is dope on the shoe. I think that would be one of the main things that will catch a lot of people's attention if I were to keep these. I really don't know. I wasn't even expecting the resale value, the aftermarket, to stay like that, because at the end of the day, right, they're still Dunks, and it's safe to say that the Dunk hype has completely faded. But I guess this is a new thing, a new project. It's the first of its kind, and that's honestly the reason why I did a $222 pre-order that I had to wait a year for, which I don't like, that they gave people essentially a second chance to try and get it when they exclusively said, hey, this is your one and only chance to do it. That's why we're doing it so far in advance, this and that. And then before a couple months before the release, oh, here's the shoe if you guys wanted it. I'm like, bruh. So essentially somebody could just saw and be like, oh, hey, got lucky on sneakers, and didn't have to have their money on hold. But I really didn't like that. But so you can just, again, this was, maybe I should have kept that on there. It just detaches and attaches like that. So, because I wanted to try to take this out, because they all came in a bag, and honestly, it was a pain to this in. But avoid crystals or whatever you want to call them. These are essentially a colorway. So do I like it with it or without? I don't know. I think at that point, I feel like it's doing too much. I think I would be okay with the back of it. I like the back cover, but I think on the tongue it's coming too much. But here you still have it, the attachable, what it attaches into, and that also looks not the coolest. So essentially I'll probably just keep this on there and just keep just play to the futuristic bit to the fullest, right? Then going over the material, we kind of have a suede-ish on the toe box. I don't know how I feel about that, because with the rest of the material kind of just being really hard, that could, especially with it being this type of black, I feel like you don't want to get this ashy or dirty. I think that would just kill the whole aesthetic of the shoe. But bro, really, like, the more that I'm looking at it, I feel like this is one of those just display shoes. I just love to look at it, but not actually wear it. But we're gonna try them on later here in the video, because I'm genuinely curious to see what they look like. So, and then just going into the details, we got this plus or minus. Is that a minus sign? I see the plus. I don't know what sign this is. Look low-key like a space bar. So again, just adding futuristic details. You got the RTFK symbol down here, and then it says right here, enhanced by RTFKT. And then what else do we have? Really, there's not too many details to it. It's just I guess not details specifically, but the whole design of the shoe is basically its main, interest in the shoe, which I think they executed very well, honestly. You can't really complain about the look. And I could regret not buying the white one, but it is what it is. I just wasn't trying to spend $400 on a shoe that two shoes that I wasn't gonna see for another year. And I didn't know the hype. Like, I'm still surprised that these kept their value at around like $500 to $600 depending on the shoe, which is actually phenomenal. But again, retail is $222, so that's actually crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead, put some socks on, so you get this whole video barefoot, but it's in my house, so it don't matter. And then we're gonna go ahead and try them on, and again, you'll get to see them with the essentially attachments and one without the attachments. And just a final thing before we switch into the POV, and this kind of just iterates into what I was saying in the beginning of the video. I feel like each shoe should come with some type of like instruction manual, or like, I don't know if y'all know about this, but like Skechers, and it's crazy, bro. Back in the day, Skechers, and I don't know if they still do this because I don't wear Skechers, but when I was a kid, if you go to the Skechers stores, they would leave comic books in the Skechers box, and it would have like cool concept tied to the shoe. I feel like they should do something similar to that, with having some type of like, not kiddish, but like real comical slash just a futuristic. They have their website with all the little characters and stuff. I feel like they should have like a fun little or easy to follow guide with all the shoes, because even though I tried to look into it and I feel like I spent a decent amount of time trying to do my research on it, I feel like the concept is still slightly confusing. So I just know that somebody who just sees the shoe and think, oh, this is a good looking shoe, I want it, and I see that it has some type of, obviously I see the box, I see all the accessories, it has some type of meaning to it, I want to deep dive into it, it'll be really hard to follow. I don't think the normal person would know what this is, because I barely, you know what I'm saying, know what it is. But that was just a thought before I went to go change, but now I'm gonna put some socks on so you guys can see. So all right, so here we are with the Dunks in my hand. So right here on the right, this is with all the attachments attached to it, and then on that left one is going to be the one that doesn't have the attachments. So already, bro, the tongue feels super big, and that's just even without the attachment. Let's see. So again, this is a size 13, and this is what I normally wear in dunks. Now, I would say a regular dunk, it wouldn't feel like this, right? It feels a little bit narrow. I think that's just because of how thick the material is. So I think that's what's a little bit narrow. Me personally, I would probably go up half a size in these, me personally, but I'm a 13 or a 14. There's really no 13 and a half. Would I do a 14 in these? Probably not. So I would either stick it out with a 13 if I couldn't do a 13 and a half. But now that I'm looking at them with the attachments on them, I don't know. I'm really just not feeling them, bro. Feeling them in the sense like that it looks good on foot, right? Because I feel like on the right one with the attachments, it looks like it's doing too much, right? It's just really on the tongue. If that wasn't right there, or if it was at least like downsized a little bit, I feel like it would be better. But then on the right or on the left one without the attachments, bro, it looks like the just insert of a seatbelt, bro. It looks pointless. Well, then here you can see it on the back, and which one has the guard? Yeah, again, the guard on the heel tab, that looks like it's supposed to be there. Like, I feel like it fits with the whole aesthetic of the shoe without doing too much. And then again, this one right here is a little bit less noticeable of just like where you insert the clip. And that also looks like that it goes with the whole aesthetic of the shoe. But it's really just the tongue, bro. The tongue just really doesn't make sense. And that's really good. I don't know. I think it's just visually appealing just to look at from a distance in your hand. Now, I will say that these shoes are definitely going to be a conversation starter, especially with the lightning bolt. Now, I do feel like they should have put the lightning bolt on the outside of the shoe instead of the inside, so more people can see the brand. You know what I mean? And I think that also what's going to get more people to talk like, oh my God, I've never seen a dunk like that with that type of design. What is that compared to like just the Nike swoosh? And it's like, from afar, it just looks like a black dunk with a purple swoosh. And the way that they're making so many different colorways, you would think that this is just a regular dunk. Maybe just a SB in a sense, because the tongue is bigger. But yeah, would I cop? I don't know. It's like I have them, right? I already bought them. I bought them a year ago. So that $200 has been gone. So I don't mind keeping them, that I've been paid for it, and that's kind of off my mind for a year now until like last month. But what I paid $222 that they opened and gave me a second chance to buy them, would I buy them for $220? I don't know. It's really hard to gauge, bro, because if they just do communication right, they have the potential to literally be the new wave. I truly think that this could potentially be the new wave of sneakers. Now, I actually would not mind it going down that route, bro. If they were to implement it into some type of game that could be grinded on, pause on like P5 or something like that, bro, I would definitely invest in that. I would buy the game, I would play it. For me to earn better shoes in real life, bro, I think that would be hard, bro. I truly do think that would be hard, but I don't see them going that route, bro, because their main thing was fixated on more so VR community and things like that, and then implementing the NFTs. So those are, in the sense, similar, but so very different. And I think that would like ultimately change their whole vision, right? So I just don't think I see them doing that, but I would love to. And that's honestly, I think that's the only way that these will pop off, because again, these have been in production or been known about for so long, and they didn't get the buzz, right? I feel like I said, I just don't think it was marketed right. I don't think it was explained very well. It was very underground, and then they didn't have any influencers promoting the product outside of even if you want to count him, he's a designer over influencer. But what's the dude's name? Takashi Murikama. I think I said that name right. The one that we with the flowers. He had his own Air Force of these, not Air Force, or was it either Air Force or Dunk? But he had it in his colorway, but it was an extremely limited shoe that, again, not the average, probably even like sneakerhead even knew about it, right? So they just didn't market it well whatsoever, and I think that's their true thing. And I think now, even a year later, y'all made the second drop on sneakers to get more people's attention, because honestly, sneakers is a lot of people's like only like avenue to find out about sneakers. Whether it's actually crazy that I'll talk to people and they only know of the shoe coming out because of sneakers. It's crazy. But I think it's too late in, and I haven't really heard from anybody from the team about any advancements on the product. I think it's just honestly been a standstill since its prime in ComplexCon, right? So unless they do something better, maybe they're using this time to implement a new strategy, a better system. But until they get that, I think these will just be a random hype item that gets lost in the dust over a while, right? It's still going to be high value, so not a lot of people are going to be having them. And most of the people that pre-order, it was only made to order, right? So it's not like you can really not going to find it in most, because I feel like the people who bought it generally only bought it because it seems like a collector's item, right? Or it just has the potential of the future. So they will hold on to it until they see that potential gets arisen. But I don't know how long that will be, or if that will ever be the case. But you guys can let me know what you guys fully think about the RTFKT Dunks. Me personally, bro, I'll rate them a 7, and I don't know. I might keep them, I might not. If you're size 13, you're interested, you can also comment in the section below, or follow me on Instagram at @forthettoe_. That's where I post all of my shoes. And I'm low-key way more active on there. Actually, not really. I'll probably see a YouTube comment first, then if I see a DM over there. But I answer all my DMs, I answer all my comments. So with that being said, check out those two platforms. Let me know what y'all think about the shoes. What do y'all think that could be potentially done better, or what you don't like about them, right? So with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Future.